guys, it's me, Cali. Today I am really excited to be sharing with you the ornaments I created for this month's Gypsy Witch project. I used glass balls, alcohol ink, and some bits and bobs to create these beautiful glass ornaments that can be used for the holidays or just hung in your home decoratively. I made some with beads to hang in my window. The sky is the limit. Use your imagination. I did some in holiday colors. I had so much fun with these, you guys. They were super simple, really easy to make. Each one is unique, and I know you're going to love them. Super simple, fun for kids and adults. I'm going to be giving these as gifts this year. I even did some translucent ones. They're just magical. So if you're interested in sticking around and seeing how I created these, I would love to share it with you. And when you're done watching this video, make sure you check out my gypsy sister, Miss Rita Marie, as well as all the links below to our Facebook group where you can join us each month. See you in a few minutes. Okay guys, let's get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is protect your workspace. So I just have a non-stick craft mat and some wax paper. It's going to get messy in here. I also have some gloves. And you're going to need some type of a ball ornament. Now I'm using these glass ball ornaments. They came from Walmart. You can also use plastic ornaments if you like. So the ornament of your choice. And then we're also going to need some acrylic paint, and I'm using this Snow White acrylic paint by Americana. Use whatever you have on hand if you choose to do it that way. You don't have to add that step, and I'll show you examples of with the paint and without. You're also going to need some alcohol ink, and these are from Tim Holtz Ranger. These are Adirondack inks. They're permanent, they're wonderful, they come in a 3-pack. They're quite costly, but a little goes a long way. So I have these, and if you don't have these or you want to try, you can make your own alcohol ink. And I recently did a candle video where I showed how to do this, and you just mix some isopropyl rubbing alcohol, 91%, with an alcohol-based marker. And I don't know if I was clear in that video that it does need to be an alcohol-based marker, and you just pull the marker apart, chop it into little bits, and add it to the alcohol, and voila, there you have some ink. I'll link that video below. You can check that out if you haven't seen it. And in addition to the ink, we're going to need a blender to mix our inks with. And I've chosen, again, to make one myself rather than spend the money, but I just used a lid from a spice jar. You could also use like a spool from a spool of thread, or just look around, see what you have. I took that, and then I took some Velcro. Make sure you're using the sticky side, the nubby side, and I cut a little piece. And they do stick on the back, but I glued it with some E6000, and I made my own little blender. In addition to those, you need some felt. So I just took a piece of felt and cut it up into little squares, and then we can attach these to our blender, and it makes life easier. Do you have to have this? No, you could just use felt. You could use a Q-tip. Use your finger, use a paintbrush. These are just suggestions, okay? So we have our blending tools, and then we're ready to begin. Also, just if you are going to use the paint, you're going to need something to dry your ball in. And so I just took a glass, put a Ziploc bag in it, covered it with some wax paper and a rubber band, and this way we'll be able to put our ball this way so the paint can drain out of it. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So, excuse me. I'm going to put on some gloves, and then we're going to remove the, excuse me again, the topper of our ball. And be very careful if you're using glass ornaments, but these just kind of pop right out. And then I'm going to take just a piece of felt. Here, you know what? We'll use our little spice jar here. And some of that alcohol. And we'll just clean the outside of the ball, just to make sure there's no oils or residue, anything like that. And the alcohol evaporates almost immediately. Okay, now if you're going to do the painted version, which I prefer because it really makes the colors stand out, you're going to take your paint and your ball, and you're going to pour some directly into your ball. Now, I did some galaxy ornaments last year where I actually used little metal balls from nail polish to help roll things around, but it's not necessary. But this looks cool just in and of itself, doesn't it? Okay, so if you don't think you have enough, and you can, you know, just keep swirling it and swirling it. You can cover the top and shake it a little bit, okay? But it takes a while, and don't get discouraged. You will finally cover your ball, and then when you do, and I'm not going to wait for that, you're just going to put it upside down here in the glass, okay? And let me tell you something. It took days, you guys, for these. I'm going to be totally honest with you. It took at least 3 days. This is day 3 for me, until the insides of these are dry. So be prepared to be patient. You could do them without waiting for them to dry, but it could get very, very messy. So here is one that is completely dry, and we're ready to go. And there's really no rhyme or reason to this. There are 2 ways you can do this. You could put some alcohol ink on your paper and kind of roll your ball around on that if you want. Okay, just to kind of put down a layer. And these are totally unique and individual. You're not going to repeat the same design twice. That's an option. You could take one of your blenders with a piece of felt, and I'm just trying to lay down the first layer here. Okay, so we'll do these 3 colors. I have Stream, which is blue, Butterscotch, which is a yellow, and Wild Plum, which is this fabulous magenta color. Okay. Now, if you don't want to get your fingers in there, you know, you can. This is going to be covered by the hanger again. We're going to put it in when we're done. So, someone also gave a great suggestion to use a Lazy Susan and kind of rest this. I guess I could even use the spice jar again. But I'm just taking this off, and I'm going around these little ridges here. Again, this will be covered, but just in case. And I'm pretty happy with this base layer. And see how the white makes those colors just so vibrant. And I will show you one without. Actually 2 I did without the paint. And they look beautiful with glass behind them. So let this dry for a few minutes. And then, oh, I forgot to mention, I made my own blending solution by just using that same isopropyl alcohol from before. And again, you could buy this, but it's super expensive, and I believe it's just alcohol and maybe glycerin or glycol, something for a flowing agent. This works very well, and I just put it in a little bottle that I had to spritz. So you could choose to do this or not. I'm going to do it. When you spritz it, it adds this really cool cellular galactic effect. Look at that. And there's no mistakes here. You just keep adding layer upon layer upon layer, and these things are so much fun to create with, you guys. Okay, let's take our little tool here and a piece of felt, and I'm gonna set this here for a second while I get this ready. And let's do a mixture of these three colors. Actually, you know what? We'll go in with the Stream, which is a blue. Move this over. And this Butterscotch. And just a few dots, you guys. A little goes a long way, really. Do a little more of this. And you could just keep adding layers on top of layers. And as long as you let it dry in between coats, you're not going to make mud. But try to, you know, work with complementary colors if you can, if it matters to you. If it doesn't, go for it. Okay, here we go. Just going right over. Oh, yes. It instantly starts getting really magical. And I try to move the applicator back and forth just so it doesn't hit the same spot twice. But look, guys, do you see? Oh, how much fun, okay? So, again, as long as you're letting things dry in between layers, you can cover the whole thing, you can leave spots showing. It's up to you. There's no wrong way to do this, you know? And I had so much fun with these. They'll make beautiful gifts, or you can just hang them in the house. I'll show you one that I did with a beaded strand that I plan on either putting in my window or keeping up year round. So these aren't just for Christmas. I love these little glass balls. They're so versatile for so many things. And I know you guys are going to love this too. And it's super addicting once you get started. And I get bored very easily. Whoa! But this project has kept me going. So let me just finish this up off camera, and then I will come back and I'll show you all the other ones that I made. And I'm going to try to keep dropping this. When you're done and they're dry and you want, look at that, you guys. OMG. So beautiful. If you would like to put a protective coating on them, you could, and make sure it's water-based, okay? And you could also, which I did with the candles as well, you could add some temporary tattoos if you want, just for different touch, different idea. You know, you could adorn these however you'd like. You could hang feathers, beads, use your imagination. But let me finish this up and I'll come back and I'll show you all the other ones I've made. I'll be right back. Okay guys, what do you think? Have I told you how much I love this technique? I added the top back in and I just put a simple ribbon. Now you can embellish these however you would like. This could be a background for decoupage, or like I said, a temporary tattoo, which would be permanent once you put that sealant. All kinds of stuff. You could add acrylic on top of this. You know, it's a galaxy night sky. Anything you want. I'm just in love with them. And let me show you a few more examples. Here is one of the ones that I did not paint the inside. So you can really see how translucent that is, which looks really cool. And you know, whatever you want to do. Again, just a little ribbon on the top. Perfect for gift giving. Here are two that I did kind of in keeping with the colors of the season. If you want to give a match set, or, you know, just have fun. Love, love, love. I have another translucent one that I did put some of those tattoos on. Very simple. I know, what a surprise. Purple. So cool. Here is one, darker reds, cranberries, and browns. Whatever you desire, there's a color for your taste. This one is one of my definite favorites. I know you can see why. Here's another one, just gorgeous. Sorry for the glare. And then, okay, here's an example of just a very simple adding a little beaded charm. Perfect for gift giving. You know, I just put a little jump ring on top. But it just makes such a big impact, you know. Beautiful. You could, again, hang ribbons or feathers or whatever you wish. Love, love, love. I had it backwards before. And then last but not least, this one will be going up in my beaded curtain window. Just a simple strand of beads and I'll hang this from my curtain. A little lobster claw. You could use anything, a paper clip unbent, a piece of wire, you know, just throw some beads on a string. I put a little jump ring to attach it. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. This will be up year-round in my home. And you guys, I hope that I have inspired you to create your own. I had so much fun with these, and I know you're going to too. If you do, let me know. Tag me. I would love to come check out what you've created. And check out all the links in the description box below. Please go check out my gypsy sister, Miss Rita Marie. I'll put her links below too, as well as a link to our group, the Gypsy Witch, on Facebook. And I will see you guys very soon. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Peace and love. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.